Hello, it's been a while. I have survived an English winter, a very wet, miserable English winter, but it's spring. Yesterday was the spring equinox, and it is just glorious, absolutely beautiful. I'm walking in the South Downs, and let's see if I can turn around and show you. Just ahead there is Wostanbury Hill, which is one of the South Downs beacons. So a few months ago, I'd changed my channel name from Anna Adventuring to Anna Seeking Serenity because I felt that I wasn't really adventuring and I was having big questions around what I really wanted to do. So Seeking Serenity was about trying to work out what I want to do, where I want to be. And I've done one or two videos since then, sort of addressing why I find that a problem. And then not long ago, I came across a post on Facebook which sort of resonated with me. And so I thought I'd do one of my, I've done them before, sort of reading something and sort of interjecting with my thoughts as I go along. So that's what I'm going to do. So just for some context, I've spent my whole life thinking, why have I never known what I want to do, what I want to be? Why do I not have a sense of purpose? Why have I not known what I want my role in life to be? Or actually where I want to be. And then I read this. This is in 4 paragraphs, so I'm going to read one at a time. I might actually stand still for a moment. There were years when I thought that not having a clear destination meant that I was falling behind. Like everyone else had a map, and I was just pacing the margins, hoping something would make sense. But time has a way of teaching you that wandering isn't a lack of direction. It's a different kind of compass. Not a lack of direction, a different kind of compass. I've had to redo some of my little thinking about it bits because yesterday, it's now Sunday, yesterday the light and the shadows were just so intense, the sort of interaction, that it got quite distracting. Different location on the Downs today, and it's a little hazier. So, yeah, a different sort of compass. I'm not sure I've got a compass, ever had a compass. A moral compass, obviously. I've got some dogs going by now. You can sit in the most out of the way spots. I can guarantee if you try videoing, somebody will come by. Yeah, of course I've got a moral compass, but yeah, a compass for directing me in life. I think they forgot to put that in my welcome pack when I arrived Earthside. Some paths aren't meant to be efficient, they're meant to be felt. They wind through seasons of doubt, curiosity, rebuilding, and small joys you only notice when you slow down. I've wandered through careers, beliefs, versions of myself I had to outgrow. I've followed gut feelings instead of plans, silence instead of noise, soil instead of concrete. And somehow, every detour left something useful in my pocket. Now, I have certainly wandered through several careers, work paths, and life cycles. But I wonder, is that more normal than having, a direct path that you take through life? And I'm thinking actually that that's increasingly true in this day and age. It certainly used to be the case, didn't it, that you would be something and that would be it. That would be your career. But it feels to me these days that people dip in and out of things and change direction a lot more. So maybe being sort of pathless isn't such an unusual thing. So I'm being distracted by some gorgeous looking sort of shepherd's huts up on the hill, which from here I can't really get a worthwhile picture of. Okay, let's try and find some light where my face isn't completely covered in shadow and move on to paragraph 3. Okay, here we go. I may not always know where I'm headed, but I trust the act of moving. I trust that the long way teaches patience, that curiosity sharpens wisdom, and that wandering is how you learn what actually matters. Not every journey needs a finish line. Some are just meant to change you along the way. I'm just standing in front of a blackthorn here, which is now in blossom. It's looking really gorgeous. There's so much of it up here. Right, so paragraph 3. Some journeys are meant not for a destination as such, but to change you along the way. I sort of think that's what life is anyway, isn't it? Life is a long journey. If you're lucky, it's a long journey. And it does change you along the way because that's what the lived experience is. And to me, that just sort of seems obvious, really. Yeah. Anybody agree? If this feeling is familiar, you're not behind or broken. You're paying attention. Some of us aren't built to follow straight lines or tidy timelines. We're meant to explore, to question, to drift a little until the right pieces click into place. Keep wandering. The path usually reveals itself once you're already moving. And this was a post by someone called Paul Avellino, who's an American. He's on Facebook. I don't know what other social media he's on. I haven't actually checked that out yet. Look at these wild violets. Such a beautiful colour. And medicinal as well. I've certainly never felt broken. I think what I have felt through a lot of life is inadequate. I was one of those people who failed to reach their potential. As they like to tell you in school, you'll never reach your potential. Sort of highly intelligent, but lacking whatever it took, lacking focus, lacking direction, lacking that compass to decide what I was going to do with all this potential. So yeah, I think in a lot of my life I've felt inadequate because I never did that. I've done a heck of a lot of things. I've been a heck of a lot of people, lots of different roles in life, lots of variety. And no, I'm going to stop feeling inadequate for that being my life. Because, what else did it say? We're not built to follow straight lines or tidy timelines. I've never followed a straight line in my life, literally or metaphorically. I mean, walking through these woods at the moment, as soon as there's a little track off, I'm down that track. I'm not going to keep on the straight path. That's boring. You sort of know where that's going, don't you? So I'll always go off on the little paths. And I think that's the same with life, that I felt that, if you do this thing, does that mean you're never going to be able to do that thing and that thing over there? And the same with sort of being in places. If you settle on somewhere, oh, but I'd also like to live there and there and there and there. If I settle down, I'm sort of, removing those opportunities, maybe. So no, I think, and I think there are a lot of people like that. There are a lot of people who, sadly, sort of stick on the path that they are expected to, and don't do very much at all. And then there are those people who are really focused, often people who are talented, in an artistic way, sort of musicians, artists, people who've got a real burning passion for their craft, for what they want to be, and that's fantastic. But some of us just aren't built that way. Our minds just don't go that way. So yeah, it's basically absolutely fine to be one of life's wanderers. And I'm going to go on wandering. So yeah, I'm going to change my channel's name again to Anna Wandering, because actually that's what I do through life, and I've got no idea where I will end up. I have actually got an idea for what I'm doing next, but I'm going to sort of talk through that in my next video. Thank you for joining me if you've stuck it this long. And I'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you one of life's wanderers, or have you always had a mission, always had a path? Let me know. After all, we are all different, which is what makes this world and humanity such an amazing species and such an amazing place. Bye. And some bluebells beginning to appear. Ah, beautiful.